been talking about students needing a different kind of in-class experience than they've had before to develop this deeper understanding. Yet what we're hearing on the web and different places is parents complaining when students are bringing home homework that is unfamiliar to them, right? Where they have to solve problems or explain their thinking. What would you say to parents who are concerned about that?
I would love for parents and teachers to be able to engage in conversation about the Common Core. And I think it's important. Parents are seeing their kids come home with homework that doesn't look like what they were used to. And not surprisingly, they're uncomfortable about that. Teachers need to be able to explain to parents why we're doing things this way, and teachers need the support that will enable them to do that, whether it's time or whether there's a designated person such as a math coach or a department chair that can really reach out to parents and explain why Common Core is the way it is, why it's important that kids learn this list of topics with this amount of understanding. I think it's completely fair for parents to wonder about that and to look at the materials, but I hope the teachers will take the step and have the opportunity to take the step to explain to parents why this is all happening. I also think that there are materials on the web that parents might be able to look at and benefit from. The Illustrative Math Project has a bunch of wonderful problems about all kinds of subject matter areas that are in the Common Core. Some of the Khan Academy videos are very useful. I hope that no parent will feel disempowered, will feel that somehow their kid is being steered to a bad place, but rather that they would appreciate that this way will give their kid a much better chance of not ending up in a remedial college course or not ending up getting college credit for a trigonometry course that they could have had in high school. That they will feel that their children are really being given all the opportunities to follow their interests, to develop an understanding of math, and if it grabs them, to run with it. But I do think that that conversation between parents and teachers, probably facilitated by principals and maybe even superintendents, is a valuable piece of the Common Core, and I would love to see more of it.
I totally agree. I mean, thinking about my work in the Pittsburgh Public Schools, where we spent a lot of time trying to build more conceptual understanding into our elementary, middle, and high school programs, it was essential for us to have parent meetings every year at the beginning of the year, and even some ongoing then conversations with parents, so parents could understand some of the new approaches that we were taking, like some of the different computational procedures that were going on in first and second grade. Why is my child coming home and saying they can add 253 plus 367 and add starting from the left instead of starting from the right? We always started adding from the right, etc. You can save a lot of problems in terms of frustration, anger, and I think disbelief by having those meetings early on, sending home newsletters, other kinds of communications to engage parents as partners instead of just kind of, well, they're out there. And we do want parents to help. It's not that we don't want parent engagement. Parent engagement is really important. There's some other resources parents might want to know about. We do have some parent information on the NCTM website. There's also specific information about Common Core on the Hunt Institute website. The Council of Great City Schools has a parent portal, and so does the National PTA. So I think there's lots of groups trying to provide support for parents. I think we need to do a better job of getting the information out in a way that's accessible so that parents have a better understanding of what the intent is and how they can better help their children.
I completely agree. That sounds wonderful. I also think it would be useful for parents to have the opportunity to provide feedback to teachers if they see that the implementation piece isn't working right. Because after all, there are an awful lot of teachers out there, there are an awful lot of curricular materials out there, and with such an enormous system, it's not surprising if there are a few stumbles. I hope that teachers as well will be open to feedback from parents, and that parents and teachers can work together to really implement the Common Core in the best way possible.